Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. 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 North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. 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 Raise it up.
3, 2, 1.
Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. My name is Wyann Vaughn. I also go by Y, and anytime you are on, okay, so maybe I'll give you the correct intro. Let me try that again. Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. My name is Wyann Vaughn. I also go by Y, and this is another incredible episode of Raise It Up Y, the podcast. We are coming at you the final Thursday in the month of July 2025 in an episode we are calling Secure Intimacy and Hip Hop. You will understand why that makes sense in just a moment. If you are new here, thank you so much for sharing with us your non-refundable time and energy. We are always so appreciative of anyone that is able to be with us, whether it's fully sonically, wherever this podcast can be consumed, or whether you're watching the show of this podcast, wherever this can be consumed. All right. Raise It Up Wise, we're OGs, original guides, kick game to real ones only. The students of the space here are real ones, and the educators of my space are OGs, original guides. And it's a wonderful time to be here in this hip hop thing because today, breaking the fourth wall very early, is a lucky day. Luckiest day of the year might be 7-Eleven. Hello. And it's release day for some really good stuff. I randomly had a release day. It's not probably random. I just probably wasn't paying attention to my emails. So I've released music today. The guest that will be on the pod today released music today, as well as the Clipse, not last nor least. The Clipse released long time anticipated music today. So we will be getting into all of that. When we say raise it up, why? We are raising up your self-awareness, your vibration, and your capacity for love, which is knowledge. We do that using non-corny positivity from the West Coast in hip-hop culture to the mother-loving world. And without further ado, keeping this very short, very quick, because I got my homeboy waiting on me. And for any of you that are in Luv Culture, the podcast support space, as my shirt says, which is teasing the merch that is after this current merch run. So hilarious. I did not even wear the merch run that's happening now. I'll wear that later. But it says it says a lover on my shirt, and I absolutely and actually am a lover. Luv Culture, you all know André Mego. He is in not studio, but house, literally my house. And I cannot wait to share him with this podcast physically. We'll talk more about that in the Get Raised section. We're going to start off with some Clipse review in a break it down. And even before that, y'all know how we do all of these episodes. We have to ground. Grounding is a therapeutic technique that ensures the person practicing the grounding technique is present right here in this moment. You are where your feet are. All right. And we do that in our culture like a poem. Take a moment. Be here with me. This is great. Take a moment. Be here with me. Hear my voice. Feel your feet. To make sure you are having your awareness down there, wiggle your toes. Bring your awareness up and through your body. Touch your nose. And you are just doing that to ensure that you are here. How about we all breathe a breath in? Go ahead and blow that breath out. Do that again in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Take a moment. Own this. This is a miracle we call life. That you are breathing, you are winning just because you're simply living this life. Just by spending this time with my voice right now, you invest in your betterment. And I'd like you to sit with that and feel proud. Let's go up. I feel a little disheveled and disoriented because keeping it a stack with you, I am speeding through this episode because I just want to sit with my homeboy and I want to talk, because whenever he's around, the conversation about intimacy gets great. I don't think it has a choice. And let's start this secure, intimate conversation with hip hop in this Break It Down. Break It Down is a segment of the podcast where we uncover the already existing genius in hip hop music. And today, on release day, the Clipse. That's the full thread. The Clipse, okay? I was today years old when I learned that it's just Clipse. We all say the Clipse, like we say maybe the Migos. But yeah, I got told that I put a hashtag up, the Clipse, and someone said, ooh, I hate to be a stickler, but it's just Clipse. We call them the Clipse, but their name is just, I said, oh, okay. That explains why there was no hashtag for this. So, hello, I make mistakes. I'm a full-blooded human, if you were new here and didn't know that. Their album has already taken its root in my psyche, specifically for the reason of intimacy. Let me give you a definition for intimacy right here at the top of the pod, even though I'm going to talk more about it in the Wyann's words of wisdom. Intimacy is, in psychology, psychological mirroring, seeing your counterpart in another. It's closeness. It's friendship. But the word that most commonly comes up looking at the definition of intimacy is the word closeness. The Clipse brought us in close. I was also today years old realizing that Pusha T and Malice are not twins. They just look that much alike. And the song that let me know that, a thread let me know that, but the song that also brought me in close brings everyone into this album that just came out today, Let God Sort Them Out. The first song on the album, entitled Birds Don't Sing, and if you listen to the chorus of the song, it says, birds don't sing, they scream in pain. And this song is documenting Pusha's last conversation with his mom in the first verse, and Malice's last conversation with their dad in the second verse. And why this is important is because these two individuals, the mom and dad of Pusha T and Malice, real blood brothers, passed away within 4 months of one another. Really, really tough. I think I listened to it about 2 or 3 times, and because I cried every single time, I said, yeah, I'm going to probably skip this. I'm going to probably skip this when I go back to listen to it again. However, Stevie Wonder, I learned from their appearance on Joe Budden's Patreon podcast interview, Stevie Wonder is playing the piano, and also there's a blurb of talking at the end of the song, and that's Stevie Wonder as well. And it was just very... goodness, when you talk about intimacy, bringing someone in close, bringing someone into your world, the Clipse, watching them roll out this album as they just recently signed with they recently were released from Def Jam as they bought themselves out of their deal. Longer story, doesn't have anything to do with today's topic, or else I would go into it. But Roc Nation picked them up. And a friend of our space, a literal friend to André Mego and Rhapsody, is who has been responsible for all of this amazing rollout that's happened. I know that this can be consumed at any point in, time. And if you weren't around while this Clipse album, Let God Sort 'Em Out, was being promoted in the last maybe 8 weeks since they bought themselves out of their Def Jam deal, you wouldn't know that they have been so well handled in media, social media, hip hop owned media spaces, as they signed to a hip hop owned label in order to see a vision through when a corporate space, a corporate record label wasn't able to see the vision. This is why when I teach at USC, my hip hop music and culture class, I'm always so adamant about discussing hip hop owned spaces and why it's important to have the options for, let's say, Mark Lamont Hill to get hired by Joe Budden's network when CNN fires him for being authentic, being real, saying nothing off-putting or technically wrong, not like reporting anything unfactual, just stating something that their corporate interests didn't enjoy. And then they get to can this person. Well, now he's, considerably paid like he was at CNN because there's a hip hop owned space called Joe Budden's network. And that's a way to pull that hip hop journalist, political person intimately into our culture and let them know, no, there's a home for us to take care of us. When a corporate Def Jam doesn't understand a vision of the Clipse, they can buy themselves out of that deal, and Jay-Z owns a record label that intimately can bring them in close and say, no, you still have a home in hip hop. We're self-sustaining. We can still promote us to us. That's what I feel like Secure Intimacy did with this album. And once again, Birds Don't Cry, first song of their album, brings you autobiographically in. It's well penned. The music is beautiful. John Legend sings. Somebody said they done found Black John Legend again. I said, okay, come on, guys. So, but no, they brought in that crying sonic voice of John Legend to really pull you in to this work. And, they say that couples that have been together for a long time, statistically, when one partner passes away, the other dies within 10 years. To lose both of your parents in the span of 4 months is a level of grief that I don't understand, but from the sonics of this song, I can feel. And it's scary because loss of parents, if life is done quote unquote right, will happen. If you're a child, you prayerfully will bury your parents before your parents would have to bury you. So if life is done quote unquote right, all of us have to understand what Malice and Pusha T were speaking about in that particular song. And whether you think it's your perfect cup of tea or not, whether you are someone who is, going to listen to this album forever more or not, the storytelling and the intimacy, the deep connection that this particular song brings out, I know has lasting power. And yes, it came out some hours ago, and I am telling you, it has lasting power because it connects intimately to a part of the human experience that's unavoidable. And so for these men to be this vulnerable in this particular song and in all of their interviews talk about how vulnerably they had to become in those studio sessions in order to get the performance that we hear, goodness, please go back if you're looking at this in the future and watch some of these interviews, whether with Joe Budden, Elliot Wilson, some of the other outlets that they've spoken out on. And perfectly, they were also in the Breakfast Club this morning, Andre told me earlier. And perfectly, they also dropped their NPR Tiny Desk today. It was just too many things that went so like bloop, bloop, bloop. It was perfect execution. Shouts out to Rock Nation for existing. Shouts out to the Bianca Edwardses of the world that work so intimately with artists, see visions, and just are keyed into who they are. And what the kids say, they understood the assignment. Their rollout is the definition of someone understanding the assignment. Oh, you dropped one of our greats? All right, got it. Boom. Let's pick up the baton and Sha'Carri Richardson this shit. Like, that's how I feel this happened. So, with no further ado, that will end the wonderful portion of the podcast that we call Get Raised. Excuse me, that's not true. That is called, my brain is in a lot of places tonight. So, yes, thank you. Break it down. And finally, as you can Freudian slip here, I want to invite my great friend, Andre Del Fonte, Delegate, Deleone, Del Monte, Del Sirius, Mego. I would like to invite this gentleman to, and I'm doing all this because he's coming from my living room and he's doing a slow walk across the front of my house in order to bring himself over here. Now, he also wore a little outfit for you, okay? He's letting everybody know, listen. I'm out here with a little stylist. I got some things going for myself. I need everybody to know that I'm cute. So, ladies, I don't want to hear it. Don't send me DMs about this man. I can give you his handle now. He's coming. Yeah. I could give you his IG handle now. It's at André, period, Mego, Mego. Okay? You come right over here, and when you sit down, I'm gonna have her unmute you.
It wouldn't be so unattractive if I like crawled on the...
I would love you. You know what? I'm going to do, and I'm gonna have you come right on in, and you come right here.
Alrighty.
Onet is gonna tell us where.
All right, we good. Oh, one more.
Wyann scoop. I knew it.
And then you scoot too.
Boop. You sat down. It was 4, 4, 4, 4. No way. I can't make that up.
Shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like I'm in a safari. I love my Hodoni arrangements. Get Raised is a portion of the podcast where I invite other OGs onto this platform, Original Guides, that is, and we are all raised by the intellect, the insight, and the input of whoever comes on to the podcast. So our last one of these was Focus 3 Dots.
Oh, man.
My brother.
Yeah.
And before him, though, was Ali Shaheed Muhammad back in 2023.
My God.
So man. I haven't had a lot of people like physically on.
What a lineup to follow up upon. Goodness gracious.
Yes. So I called 7-Eleven a lucky release date. Because I spoke about the Clipse.
It is 7-Eleven.
They released today. The Clipse released today.
They were brothers.
They
ode to brotherhood. Wow.
I didn't know if you caught it, and that's why I saw that and I couldn't say anything because I'm saving topics.
Yeah.
So we've been around each other since like last night, and I've like not been able to, I feel like I haven't been able to have conversation with my friend.
I didn't even connect that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking a bird with a word came to me. Ooh.
That's the shit right there.
Yeah. But Andre Del Mego. So this year on the podcast, every episode, we've tossed it back to an episode in our almost 7-year history.
Yeah.
And The last time you appeared on this episode was October 2021
Okay.
for an episode called Appreciation,
Yes.
which documented and talked about you being the outro to my debut album.
Yes.
And I was needing our friendship, our intimacy. I was needing our closeness because that was putting out the debut album. 24 hours later, Shoka passes away, my dog of 11 and a half years. And hey, if anybody's ever said, like, it's just a dog, it's not like it, it's like,
John Wick.
hey,
Yeah.
I lost my brother in 2004. The next big pain, like that deep pain that I felt, was losing my dog.
For sure.
I didn't know that it would be like that.
Right.
You know, this just literally. So I was going to take off that episode, be like, man, fuck it. Fuck everybody. I didn't care. Be honest with you. And I says, there's one way I would do this, but I want Andre here. And I didn't have you here, but I definitely had you on my phone.
I remember that.
I had you on the phone. And we had some really, really good conversations. So keeping in stride with this year's theme, tossing energy back to episodes that already exist. He and I spoke about appreciation because that was really important to me at the time. And now we're speaking about secure intimacy within hip hop. This is important for a couple reasons. One, you have a lucky release day as well.
Yeah.
Not only the Clipse.
Yeah.
And not only me with my 4, but that's something I'll talk about later. We have the One Night EP.
Yes.
An ode to brotherhood.
Yeah.
While two brothers named the Clipse just put out
It's crazy.
and started their album with a song that commemorated and was intimately bringing us into their family. You brought us in to a night where your brothers, who I'll allow you to tell everyone who's on this EP, 3-song EP, probably the best release that happened today. I said it. I know everybody that just dropped today.
Her words.
And I say it's the best thing best body of work that was put out today. Respectfully. You can disagree, and I'm okay with that. I don't disagree with me though. I stand on my team.
I'm honored.
Please tell us about the brotherhood and why this was an ode to brotherhood that you thought was important to put out.
Yeah. It was funny because I was on FaceTime with Nico.
I heard you guys. I loved it.
And he was talking about, he was like, what he loves about the release, plural, because even all of them, he's like, I just noticed that your covers are, for all the singles you put out, are journals. Where he was like, it's like the leather and this. He was like, you really bring us into your world, even subtly. And he was like, and what you give an ode to and stuff like that. And he said the brotherhood, he was like, made so much sense because he was like, bro, that night, he was like, if you're not comfortable with intimacy, you would not be in that room.
Oh, nice.
Because he said everyone in that room, he was like, a lot of eye contact. Everyone, if it wasn't a hug, it was at least like the dap to the hug for everyone who got out the booth. He was like, it was very affirmative the whole night. And he was like, you don't get that. And it was like, that was actually my first session where it was just all male artists ever.
Really?
You know, Son of a Woman and all my songs, like.
There's a lot of femininity and a lot of feminine energy in your music. Yeah. And the crazy part is I can't even get into it because like a lot of the music that I know I'm listening to in my head isn't out yet.
Right, exactly.
So they wouldn't know that about you just yet.
Exactly.
Not just yet. But who all is on this project?
Nico Brim, Ruben Vincent, Mac Ayers, Chris Patrick, and Reason.
Sebastian, huh?
Yeah, credit, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, I remember thinking like, I was like, oh, this is going to be my first session. All dudes. I was like, I don't know how Eagle's going to be this. I was like, half of them didn't know each other. Like, people met that. That was the first time Nico met Mac and Chris Patrick and Reason. That was the first time I met Reason.
That's really cool.
Yeah, Ruben and Mac knew each other on Instagram. That was the first time they met in person. this. Like it was just a lot of Sebastian meeting. I think everyone except Ruben and Nico, but like first time meeting Mac and Reason. Like it was everyone's like, and yet it was still encouraging.
You were the
affirming.
nucleus.
Yeah,
You were the heart. Everyone knew you.
yeah, crazy.
So everyone.
That was
felt
my
at
first time
home.
meeting Chris Patrick too.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember
Who brought him?
He hit up Rube like, "What are you up to?" And Rube was like, "I'll have a session with my guy Mego," and he's like, "Can I pull up?" It's like, "Sure," and everyone was just affirming.
Great energy.
Yeah, like even like I remember there was one run that Nico was trying to do, and then we're like, "Oh, get again." He was like, "Dude, y'all were like pushing me, not in a way of disappointment, like, oh, get it right." It was like, "You got this. You got."
Yeah.
He was like, when we got it, everyone was happy. So Nico was like, that was like one of the most positive sessions ever. We left very happy that night, and I call it brotherhood because it was like I said, we're meeting each other for the first time with half of everybody, but we were affirming one another.
Yes. I think this is where the word secure is going to come up in this episode, because I don't know that you get to share intimacy with insecure people.
Oh, that's actually a good point.
And I'm only saying that because I know what my Wyann's words of wisdom are. So like I know like that's technically like true definition wise, you know, in the world of psychology. But then I'm thinking about sessions. I'm thinking about the energy of music. I'm thinking about you, me, Amber, and Phil last night.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
sure.
about when you have like that connection that can't be described or transcribed on paper.
Right.
It's one of those you had to be there to feel it, to understand it and know it, sort of things. And when I think about what you describe in this night, the one night EP,
we left on a high.
and the fact that what you said about Nico, or well, rather, I think you were reporting on what Nico just said on the phone right now, where you weren't listening to me having a challenge capturing something on tape, and you guys were saying, "Oh my God, look at the time, like, man, like, you know, the studio time," or bro, like, come on, like, okay, let me do it, sort of a thing. What it sounds like, and this is just because you know how much attachment research I've been doing, just, you know, the Wyann as a therapist in therapy, it's so much fun. Secure attachment from a caregiver to an infant, because attachment styles are developed by the time you're 24 months old. Secure attachment says, I see you. You're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I only have the highest hopes that you're going to win at whatever game you're playing. And I'm so excited to continue to watch you win. I already have the win visualized for you. You have it if you want it. And I'm so excited that I get to be here watching you do this and win at it. So what you described, Nico saying on that FaceTime earlier, is an accurate depiction of what my therapist, Heidi Preeb, on not Instagram, on YouTube, and Mariam Williamson. Mariam Williamson. Eckhart's, Sadhguru, Jay Shetty's, like, this is not unique to, it's only in attachment theory. It's only in child development. It's only in creatives in the studio.
It's life.
A secure attachment in life, the more intimate with security that you are, the more you empower an individual to be whole without you. It's only an insecure attachment that my success needs to look like something you're doing. Your problem is affecting my ego in some way, shape, or form. You get me? Enmeshment / codependence / counter dependence. Oh shit! Well, at least my part is gonna be good. Imagine someone in that session. Hey, he fucking up, but at least my part is about to be fire. You know what I'm saying? When I get in that booth, I'm gonna kill him. He ain't even gonna want to be on the EP no more. No, I didn't hear any of that.
No.
And what I mean, I didn't hear any of that sonically.
Right.
The way everything felt.
Yeah.
On that felt like, oh, we're all here to be.
Yeah.
With one another.
That's what it was.
And what were your contributions to this incredible piece of work?
What's funny, and another thing that I didn't mention was that the order how you hear everybody sing and stuff, that's the order it was done in. So it was like I didn't know an arrangement, nothing. So like Reason went, then Chris Patrick, then Nico. Seb did the hook, then Ruben did the verse, then Mac. Like it wasn't like, oh, you should be next. And it was just like, oh, I got something. Get in the booth.
Everybody did it authentically at the same time.
So the way the project flows is the way the night flowed.
Intimacy. You brought us into your night. That goes very perfectly. You know what that also tells me? You trusted the process.
Yeah, no, and that was the thing. Because even like, for the first time I worked with Mac in person, I remember he was like, dude, you don't know, but that was good producing. I said, well, I didn't do anything. He was like, that's why. He's like, sometimes when you see someone in the flow, the best thing a producer can do is let them be in the flow.
Let them, and I've heard the same thing from Dr. Dre. So y'all got something right.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that, in my opinion. Per what I've heard, Wayne Vaughn, Dr. Dre, stories about Quincy. What I've heard them say is it's your job to bring out the fullness of the artist.
Oh yeah, you gotta make them feel comfortable. And that was, I remember Nico said this. I always bring Peruvian food like to the set, like pio pio, and so like everyone's warm and comfortable. So they're like full this. They're like, oh yeah, like feel good.
It sounds warm.
Yeah. And it was
warm.
cold as fuck that night.
Really?
It was January 15th last year, and in New York. So that's why that's why too cold. Seb saying that because it was really too cold outside. He was like, it's too cold outside for this shit.
That's
it was
Knight's
snowing.
Birthday, actually.
Yeah,
Was.
That was the first day it snowed too. So like it was cold. Like when you see the clips, like everyone is like in puffer jackets and it's like.
I love that. I love that. But that goes to show the dopeness of the music that you guys sounded warm and you can release in the middle of summer. Yeah. And it matches.
And that was the thing because me and Nico were talking because someone was like, do you want to release a song called Too Cold in the middle of the summer? And I was like, yeah, because it's not about timing perfect things. I was like, it's about showing what the night was. Yeah. And that's what it was.
One night EP.
One night EP. So it's like, and that's why I was like, if I'm not going to touch up with instruments and arrangement, it was like, why would I strategically plan? It's like, and even what you were saying about the flow of the night where people, it's like, oh, how you're performing, my ego, this, that. Jay Shetty said something that I really loved in his Princeton speech, commencement speech. He said, success is what you gain, fulfillment is what you release.
Success is what you gain, fulfillment is what you release.
So it's like when you release anxiety from yourself, when you release doubt, you're fulfilled. Success is when you gain, the confidence or this.
Oh, wow. So that makes me happy.
So we were all fulfilled that night because we just released what we felt.
And you're fulfilled today as you released this EP.
Right. And now today's the success, the gain. So
the gain got you. Yes, absolutely.
So I feel like success follows fulfillment.
Success follows fulfillment. Ooh.
Because once you release, you have the space to gain now.
And here's us going into what's not scripted because I knew I wrote two bullet points. Look, I wrote two bullet points because I already know what's going to happen. So okay, watch this. Yeah. I think in my times past, have attached the word success to some form of achievement. You achieve a certain a degree. Yeah. You get a certain grade. You earn a grade.
Certain check.
certain amount of money. That was the next one. Yeah. You look at that scale.
Look, platform, this. Yeah.
How do you keep success in the gaining space for you? How do you keep yourself fulfilled so that you can have the afterglow?
Yeah. So me is the release. I think I don't know if I told you the story. So I met Marianne Williamson March 30th of last year.
Okay.
And then that's when she very graciously put me in her course for free and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And the precursor course to that course was a course on forgiveness. And it was crazy because I remember,
I love this.
I remember I told my therapist probably months before that, and I was just like, I'm not sure if I've forgiven fully before. I remember I just said that one time in a session.
Really?
And so when that course was 5 in-depth videos about this is how we're going to forgive. Like, you're going to open your heart up to the experience. You're going to feel it again. And then you're going to realize the ward is in prison as long as there's prisoners. So you're going to release the prisoner and you're going to wash their feet on their way out. You know?
Say it again. The warden
is in the prison as long as there are prisoners.
So long as there are prisoners, then there will be someone to manage the prisoners.
Yeah. You're in prison with them.
And you're in prison with them.
So release them and you'll be free too. And wash your feet on the way out.
And I know the wash your feet for the love listeners. What's the significance of washing feet?
Man, humility.
Fucking-mility.
Humility.
Jesus, no?
Yeah. And it's funny because growing up in the church I went to, twice a year we would wash each other's feet and stuff. And I remember, like, usually it would be my dad. But it was a humility there that I remember. Even as a kid, I felt something. You know, it didn't feel weird to me because I just saw the respect everyone had for one another. And
when people look at others and say or find the weird aspect, it's just an indicator of the level of insecurity there within the individual. Who was it? We talked last night back at your hotel. There's only ever one person in the room.
One person in the room. So when you judge.
Who said that?
Marianne Williamson.
It was. Okay, I didn't want to misquote.
But she gets it from A Course in Miracles. It's a book that came out in the 50s by Helen Schumann.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only bring that up because of the fact that when someone decides they feel, because I think they said the definition of insecurity is the disparity between where you understand you are and the distance from that place to where you believe you want to be. Insecurity is the space, the gap. It's, I love using things like either money or weight or something like that, just because it's numerical value. And I feel like when people are first learning something abstract, you need to put something practical in their minds or hands. So behind that, if I want to be 150 pounds, but I'm currently 200 pounds, my insecurity is 50 pounds large. I am 200 pounds. I aspire for 150. So a previous iteration, imagine, of Wyann would say, you're almost worthy, just 50 pounds away from worthiness. You're almost enough, just 50 pounds away.
When you're always enough.
When you're always enough.
Wherever you go, there you are. Yeah.
So would you call that fulfillment or success? What we just did right now.
So I'm going to go back to the
Please,
story, right?
I want this.
And so doing the forgiveness thing, it was like, okay. So go back to situations, people, yourself. And I remember I just started off with someone who was kind to me the first 2 weeks of knowing me in college, and then complete switched the remaining 3 years that they were there.
Whoa.
But like harshly. And it was like, I never understood what happened. And I remember doing that. And before I knew it was like 8 pages of journaling. And I was like, whoa. And then when I finally said forgive him, the memories of that stopped reverberating in my mind. And I was like, oh, like I just felt space. Like there was no more, you remember that? Like I haven't thought about that. Since I did that, this was probably the first time I
that you revisited it.
In like a year and a half, when before, it could take up space.
Yeah.
And after that, it was someone I grew up with. And that was a little bit longer. That might have been like a week of journaling of just like, oh, this.
You
Like,
went through it.
Went through
deeply.
it deeply. And it was like, oh, wash your feet. And it like, I felt lighter. And I remember telling you about these experiences, and then probably other small ones here and there. And then you brought up somebody, you're like, have you forgave that person yet?
Right.
And I was like, no. You're like, you should at least start.
Yeah.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
And then I started. And then the next day, that's when the director Sean Carter Foundation called me for the next project for Rock Nation. and I was like,
I love us.
And I say that, and this is how I interpret that.
I love that. I love
if
that.
I didn't release that grievance,
Oh,
I wouldn't have
baby.
the space or the capacity to handle that opportunity. So that opportunity only comes when I give it the space. That's why I said success follows fulfillment, because I was fulfilled by releasing that, and then success came from that.
Listen.
You
Listen. And it'll take a person who's really trusting the process, believing that all things are working together for good for that individual. You know, if you believe a certain way, you know, it all will have to come down back to your belief. You know what I'm saying? And we've talked this year about fighting with faith, not adversarially, as an ally. Faith is you, I'm me, and we are co-creating. Yeah. If there's a challenge or a problem, we're looking at it. Faith and Wyann, Faith and Andre are looking at the challenge together, saying, how can we most interestingly approach this? You know what I'm saying? Not how we attack this. How do we conquer this? How do we all of the, I mean, or someone else. I don't want to judge that person's experience if that's how somebody looks at their things. I just do it with a lot less force, more power.
Yeah, no, and
Talk.
even and it's funny because even Marianne said this, which was fire. She goes, God doesn't give you victory in battle; He lifts you above the battlefield.
I love that woman, yo.
Yo, no, she's the greatest.
I promise
she's
you,
the
I
greatest.
do.
Which is why that's real power.
Man. Real power is when you have an ally who says, why do you want to fight this battle when I can just lift you off the battlefield?
You can just observe it and move forward.
You can observe it, go past it,
and just keep going.
and move on.
Just move on.
And so, and I bring that up because in this episode, Secure Intimacy in Hip Hop, we had an amazing dinner last night because of you.
Oh,
thank you.
No, thank you. Thank Amber and Phil.
Amber, Navran, and Phil Boudreaux. I'm saying her last name wrong on her.
Navran.
It's Navran. I do that. I do that like half the time I say it. So, and she's so sweet. She just allows me. But my girl Amber, who is incredible, everything. I mean, I'm not gonna list her. And then she is a literal angel on earth. Then Phil Boudreaux, our friend.
Friend of ours.
Friend of ours. That's how you said that. Friend of ours. I said our friend. But one of the other most incredible energies in a group, both of them together with someone else. Actually, they're called Cat Pack. Right? On Instagram, Cat Pack, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's said twice, and then that's how you get to them. My point is, when we all went out last night, we were having some conversation that was so brilliant, effortless, light and fluffy, and meaningful. And it was our first time hanging with Phil.
That's my guy already. I love him.
That's my guy.
I love him.
He is one of the most beautiful. But when you know Amber, you're not surprised to know that a Phil exists.
Because you're an average of those you spend your time with. So, like, it makes sense. Like,
you see why I have this guy here, you know what I'm saying? You're an average of who you spend your time with.
Like, so for Amber to be an angel on earth, it's like she has to.
She has to have someone.
Her husband Patrick, angel on earth.
Absolute angel.
Phil's an angel on earth. You know what I mean?
Absolute. Absolute. And I think about them, and I think about how you, once again, were the mastermind or the nucleus. I'm calling you the heart of the thing that we all kind of got together around. And it reminds me of this ode to brotherhood in this session where it was just like this centering. And I guess I'm bringing that up because of, like I said, how on the podcast this year we've been talking about fighting alongside faith in order to, and really I was just saying fight with faith because it's easy to remember. I don't necessarily love the word fight like we just talked about, but just so it's catchy and whatever. My point is, it's really that you sit, and what you were doing right before we started, you just sit and you meditate, you get still and you be. And it's like you give life, your dreams, alignment, God, love, whatever aspects of life in which you believe that are all working together for your good is my point.
Absolutely.
People say, I'm chasing my dreams.
Nah, we attract.
You attract. But you just got to stay in one space long enough for everything. Imagine continuously trying to use your phone while you keep taking it off the charger because, you got to go over here, and you keep taking it off the charger because you got...
Never going to charge.
You just have to let it charge all the way up. But it has to just be where it's at. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So imagine those, every percentile of charge is your blessings or your answered prayers, or the answers that you've been praying for that needed time to get. Like, imagine the thing you prayed for at 2% from your charging. It's not until 96% that your phone has enough to receive what you asked for at 2%. If it tried to give it to you at 17%, it would have fucked your phone up. Yeah. Type of thing. I'm sorry, Nico Brim. Type shit. But period. On period. I think about that though because it's like there's such a supreme trust there, and we're using these words. Faith, I said it goes back to what you believe, and after you've believed something for so long, you trust it, and once trust has established itself, you can earn hope. Yeah. And then hope is the gas fueled in this thing called faith. We went over that earlier this year. I just want to kind of walk that up. And I wanted to ask you what your relationship with belief and trust and hope and faith has been, because for you to only be 27, I know all my following thinks you're 38, but just because you just had so many, like, you've lived a lot of life. It's really what it is. And you have a wisdom that when you were 24 in the Love Lounge and we're having conversations, they're like, he's what? Like, people were like, 24? Like, I'm trying to, and that was just 3 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So where do those things, belief, trust, hope, and faith, how do they play in your world?
Knowing there's organization behind the chaos. Always.
Understood.
And I can say this story, the COVID story with my dad.
Okay.
Because that's like the main way.
Yes, please.
In 2020, my dad, he's a doctor, so he was still seeing patients every day and stuff like that. So the viral load is definitely of high potential there. Yeah. And so when he got COVID, it was of a high viral load because he's seeing 60 patients a day. Yep. And so he got extremely sick. And I remember my uncle called me. And when I was in North Carolina, my family didn't really call. Like, I didn't have, like, they say, a text once a year or something. But, like, not check-ins, except for, like, one uncle. So when he called me, I'm like, what happened? And he's like, you should come back. He's like, you should see your dad. And that's when I knew it was like, okay. It's deep. It's deep. And I remember when I got back, it was like, they're sorting out the will. It was like, okay, there's a chance he don't make it. Right. Mm-hmm. And then thankfully he did. Right. It was crazy. When I got there, they said that his healing started there. Like, that's when he started noticing. His nurse said he started getting better. Like, the next day it was like, oh, he's on the rise again. Yeah. And after he got to a point with some of the testing they did when he was on COVID, they found certain levels of something that looked a little peculiar. And then once he was fully healed, they did another test and they found that he had cancer in, I forget which body part, but it was somewhere in, you know, abdomen region, whatever, maybe pancreatic. I'm not sure where it was, but they found it and they said, but they caught it so early they were able to remove it. There was no spread. So it was like the thing that almost killed him led him to find what would ultimately kill him.
Wow.
And so that's why it's like the thing that's hurting you could be protecting you or be saving you from the thing that will kill you. So that's why it's like it's the organization behind the chaos. Because I remember that during that time period, it felt so chaotic. I remember getting back and just seeing my sister trapped in her room, my mom very just discombobulated. It was crazy storms and winds in McAllen, which is like, it's weird because it's always hot there. Yeah. And there was rocks that spun out of control and broke windows in the house. And I just remember thinking like, what shitstorm that? What it just felt like chaos when I got there. And all that chaos helped us to the organization of him being alive and us having, even my little sister would say, this is the best relationship we had with my dad our whole lives. Like we keep getting closer every day with him, you know. So it's the organization behind the chaos. So to me, that's how faith, hope, belief, and all that no matter how chaotic it is, I always feel like it's a greater purpose, an organization that even if I may never understand in this life, it's happening.
Let me tell you something. I think that has to be that's the poop. That's the what's the kids? That's that on that. Because it's the answer. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like everything else we would bring up, it will still come back to, but there's organization behind the chaos.
I believe it.
And human beings in a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? But what's a god to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? Exactly. It's the fact that you believe it. Yeah. So it's true.
Yeah. Of course, the miracle says if you treat these lessons like toys, they'll have the effect of toys in your life. If you treat it like life-changing principles, it will change your life.
And it doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter what part of the world you were born in, what way you pray. It doesn't matter how you identify sexually, ethnic-wise, nationality.
Power your belief.
If you believe, it will always, it is the answer. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a button on this conversation because it doesn't matter what other challenge you bring up to it. It's like, well, what do you believe about it?
Yeah, because even... Have you heard that story? It was like it's a couple that goes to a church, and when they come back, there's a hill that blocks their window, and she was like, "Oh, faith of a mustard seed can move mountains, then they can move this small hill."
For sure.
Like, all right, this small hill will be gone tomorrow. They go to sleep, and when she wakes up, she opens the curtain. She goes, I knew it'd still be there. It's like, so you didn't believe,
right?
Like you actually didn't have
in here
the power of belief in you just because you say it. Just because you act upon it doesn't mean that you hold the substance behind it, the power behind it.
Whoa. You can, oh man. And that's why it's important not only to know what people say or hear what people say. It's something my therapist brought up on Juneteenth. I told you about that transformative session. What are the stems? Why? You got to go back to the stems.
What's governing you? What's your driving force?
What's the driving force? Yeah. Where is the stem? What are you putting 87, 89, or 91 in the tank? What are you putting in the tank? It'll determine the performance of what you see. Yeah. So that's why it's tough sometimes, Andre, when imagine you hear the I love you from a partner that you've been wanting to hear, or imagine I want to marry you. Imagine nigga, you ain't shit. Like positive or negative, whatever it might be. It always has to come back to, what do you believe about this? Yeah. Because what they're saying tells you more about them than you.
Always.
Forever and always.
Forever and always.
So if somebody, Dr. Zeb online. One of the I call him one of my homeboys. I DM with him, so I feel like he my homeboy. Hello, Dr. Zeb. But my point in saying that is you shouldn't leave your triggers out there for everybody to trip on. Those triggers should not be. You look at a AR assault rifle, big gun, small trigger, and it ain't somewhere where if you just drop the gun, you can just touch the trigger. It's right in the center. You have to hold the thing a certain way, because if your trigger is gonna let and release out the power of this big ass machine, this mechanism rather, you probably want to leave the thing that's controlling it alone. You might want to guard it, have it protected. You know what I'm saying? And that will probably be the thing that in a world of triggers and things like that, when we listen to people's words, we have to, one, see what belief we carry about their words, to see if there's a common denominator for it to actually be absorbed and received by us, one. And then two, we have to consider, not question necessarily, but consider the level of intimacy.
Yeah.
Consider the security of the individual speaking. Because if an individual is speaking past their boundaries, and in that gap between where they are and what they think they're going to be, or where they think they want to be, if they're speaking from this powerless space of insecurity and projecting a whole bunch of bullcrap onto you,
it's like, well, you tell me, no amount of making me sick is going to make you feel healthy.
on period.
So it's like, I'm going to let you hold on to that.
You have to.
Because no amount of me holding on to it, actually, it only amplifies. It doesn't reduce it.
No.
So that's why it's like, yeah, you can hold on to that.
And y'all can hold on to that. Because that you did it. You did it, and I knew you would. I let me tell you something. When we have conversation, it's always, I always know how it's going to start, and I never know how it's going to end.
Never.
And that's what.
No, we do.
Yeah.
It starts and ends with love.
Can I just say I love you, baby?
I love you
so much. In your cars, in your studios, in your homes, in your earphones, wherever you are, give a round of applause to this gentleman. Yes. Named André Del Fonte Mego. And say your socials now. I'm gonna say them at the after I do the Wyann's words of wisdom. I'm gonna say them again, but just so they've heard it a couple of times. I said it at the beginning of the episode too.
Yeah, on Instagram is at Andre.Mego.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember it on Twitter or nothing like that, but it's fine.
But on Threads, it's the same.
On
Threads, I really like Threads. I know. Sorry.
But you just find André Mego.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people with that name.
And they'll see it on Raise It Up. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Instagram, music, my name and stuff. But there's one thing before I go.
Please, I would love.
Because you brought up something when right now, like the belief and all that, and then just projection.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've been pondering about more recently, something that Eckhart said on New Earth. He said identities versus roles, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah. And he was talking about a lot of times we take our roles and we feel sensitive about them because we make them our identity. And so, right. And so it's like, so imagine.
I hope my ex is listening.
My
bad. I'm better now.
And I thought about me where I was like, I remember times where it's like if someone said this about whether it be something I did or my beat or this, how deeply I would take it is because I made that me, my worth, and instead of having that separation of like, no, that's something I did, but that's not me, And I remember even like just thinking about albums. I remember I talked about this with Nico, where I was just like, we're so much bigger than anything we do, because like Jay has put out so many albums, and even with like 444 Blueprint, where he's very vulnerable, we still don't know him fully. Like if you can meet him one time and you discover everything fully. You discover any person, like all your songs, all the features, no matter what we do, it will always be just a sliver of who we are fully. So that's why it's like identities versus roles. That's a role, but it's not our identity. And so it's like that level of detachment also helps you move forward. Where it's just like, oh, they didn't like what I did. That doesn't mean they don't like me, or I'm of less worth, or I'm of less value. They're critiquing that, and once you have that separation, it's easier to move forward. And that's still I'm not saying that like I got it.
No. But you understand it, and we are continuing to practice it. We are continuing to practice it.
Exactly. That's why it's like, oh, it's not about they said this about me. Then it's like, no, they said this about what I did.
Yeah.
They said this about whatever verbiage.
Yeah.
But it's not me as a person, because me as a person, of all of us, we are so infinite.
Yeah.
It's impossible to critique the infinite being of who we are. I can't critique everything about you because it's impossible.
Yes.
And it wouldn't make sense. I can't say you're all bad or you're all like, because there's too many parts of us.
Yeah.
Where it can't all be one.
There's parts of us that we haven't discovered yet.
Yeah.
I never would have known that my 2025 would have looked like this. I never would have known that I started the year 43 the way that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I'm in therapy because I have to learn this girl.
Yeah.
This chick right here. I'm a sharpshooter. I'm a smart cookie. All the whatever those words, whatever little sayings you might want to find. I've been that since I was a kid, and ain't stopped being that. And it takes me to Kendrick, Mama. I know what I know when I know it well, not to ever forget till I realized I didn't know shit. And it's the day I came home. Yeah. It's the day I came home.
Yeah.
Wyann knowing every part of his story, her story, sociology, psychology, social psychology, understanding relationships, psychodynamic theory, modalities, ups, downs, lefts, right, factoring polynomials by a system of equations with graphing, we can keep going just to make it sound good. Whatever we can, we sound good. Why? Sound good. Why? And then when your foundation gets a little rocked, okay, who are you now? Okay, what does that look like now? You didn't realize how much you banked your self, your sense of self, on the people who created you, your family of origin, what you studied in those degrees, the institution you attended, fill in the blank. I'm making things up, but I'm just saying, whatever those things are that create the thing called Wyann. And again, this is not even like a role of mine or what I'm trying to put myself in. It's like, what is the word I'm looking for? Mosaic, no? Or like a patchwork quilt when like all the small pieces,
like how they all
kind of together. Yeah. So if you take away who my caregivers were, you're going to get a whole different human. If you take away my family of origin, you'll get a whole different human. If you take away my level of education or what I studied, you're going to get a whole. So when you start to look at the small facets of the mosaic, I am technically quote unquote right that I guess Wyann is all of those things. And as an infinite being, you're also greater than the sum of your parts.
Exactly. The essence of who you are is untouched by all of that.
Now we're talking about the sense of a thing. Now we're talking about the spirit of a thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm not asking about the things you can touch, research, look at, quantify. Mm-hmm. What we just talked about with the love. Susie Cusey just said, I said it in a Love Lounge 2 weeks ago on live. Stop mistaking your value for things that can be measured numerically.
Yeah, no.
Stop. And whenever I'm saying things to other people on this podcast for the last almost 7 years, I'm first saying it to me.
Absolutely.
I'm never here to wag a finger or, what you need to do. Is never on that type of time.
Monday morning post.
That's exactly what it is.
It's never like, oh, y'all need to.
No. No.
I'm choosing to remind myself of this.
And I'm just doing it in front of y'all.
Exactly.
I'm having a relationship with Wyann in front of you guys. Yeah. I'm having a relation. I'm speaking as Andre. I'm having a relationship with Andre in front of my followers on this Monday post in my stories, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And just kind of like, it's almost like you give a week cleanse, like you're starting with positivity and all this different stuff, and you say it out to us, so we look at it, but it's like. I mean, I'm so happy that you guys are seeing it too.
Yeah.
Two. I need it.
Yeah.
I need this.
Or I'm just choosing to remind myself of this. When we talk about not even saying need.
It's not a need.
It's not. I'm
It's
just
not a
choosing
need.
to do this.
I'm choosing to remind myself. It's a remaining connected type thing.
Yeah. Don't it feel different when you say that?
It does.
Oh, I needed this versus I'm choosing to remind myself of this. It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I needed therapy, nigga. Hey, hello? Because are we keeping it honest or are we gonna be fake? And I say that because I know what I should say that's gonna make everybody be like, ooh yeah, why I really got it together. No, nigga, I did not have it together. With as many foundational pieces that were getting blown out.
Right.
No, I didn't have everything together. And at that point, I needed a life raft. Like, I didn't know if I could swim on these waves while they were crashing on top of my head. The end of Bruce Almighty. I'm so sorry, not Bruce Almighty, The Truman Show. The end of The Truman Show, when he's learning this whole thing was a gag and he's about to leave the set and the God, aka his dad, aka the studio, started sending all of the, like you said, even the organized chaos with your dad situation. Only that was really like, who would have known rocks flying through your window, stuff like that. No, I'm talking about on Bruce Wyann, on Truman Show. He organized this way of everything going wrong, and it wasn't until other people were like, so you're gonna kill him on national television, international television, in front of a worldwide audience? That's what you want to do right now? And it just took somebody to say, like, he was just like, no, I just want him to stay. I want him to stay. Insecure. In not secure intimacy. That's insecure intimacy. I need you to perform a certain way for me to be okay. I need him to stay on this set so I can continue. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's insecure intimacy. There's no such thing, because you can't have intimacy without security. You get me? So it goes back to that need.
And supporting the freedom of others.
Supporting the freedom of others and recognizing that how someone else moves should not be able to determine whether you're going to be okay at the end of it all or not.
Have you seen the show Beef?
On
Netflix?
Nah.
I just finished it.
Nah.
And there was one moment in there that goes along with this.
Okay.
I'll spoil something for you.
Spoiler alert for the show Beef on Netflix. Go ahead.
There was one moment, it was two brothers, and one brother was always working hard, and his brother, up until this point, was always shown as like the leech off of him. Like, he just stayed there, didn't work, just goofing around. And then at one point, they do a flashback, and they show that the brother who's always working hard, when the younger brother was sending his college applications, he's found them and just threw them in the trash. So his college applications were never sent. And at the end, he goes, it's because I always wanted you to just be like me. I just wanted us to be the same. And when he did that, he just made everybody worse off. So,
Right.
so like when they're saying like, oh, I thought we would be closer if we were the same.
No.
They were so distant from the start. So I thought that was very poetic how they showed that, like, his whole trying of we're gonna be the same distanced them even more.
That's the concept of, I was telling the Loves, imagine trying to hold on to
Sand.
And the harder you hold on to that sand, the less of it you'll be able to grip.
You can only hold sand with open hands.
You can only hold sand with open hands. You can only hold air with open hands. Once you try to capture it, hold
Squeeze
it,
the life out of
squeeze it, water. Look at all these things, these natural elements.
The elements.
When you go to attempt to own them,
Fire,
you lose them. Fire as well. Yeah. Fire, water, sand, air, all the signs, no?
Yeah.
Ain't that
all
the
5.
signs?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just bring that up to say sand is such a good representation because it's a granulatedly calculatable experience.
Tactile. Yeah.
It's very tactile. And you can see what's leaving you as you try to,
how it leaves you.
You can feel it even.
Yeah.
Not just see it, you can feel it leave you as you try to grip and hold on to it. And whatever parts of it that you hold on to, it's going to be only a fraction. infinitesimal damn near fraction of what you're able to hold on to, you can't make a sandcastle out of that.
Nah.
You get me?
Yeah.
There's so little left there.
The beauty comes in the freedom. That's why we talked about this before. Young Pueblo had a page in his book. I forget which one, but it said, "Thank you for making me happy," and he crossed it out and said, "Thank you for supporting my happiness."
That's it. You didn't make me.
Nah, I'm not the source of your happiness. I'm a supporter of it.
Yeah. And I'm putting my little last 2 cents on the, because
we can keep going.
Well, no, I think about
that's why. Like I know how we go.
We were taping all of our silliness in the beginning, so I'm thinking about the batteries.
Oh, very
so
true,
I'm
gonna
go because just so I can make sure we get this and it doesn't cut off while we're still.
For sure.
So, but no, my point being though,
we'll be like Untitled. How does it feel?
Wow.
How does it?
And it comes right out. But no, but the bigger thing of that is, even in that moment where I say, like, I know I needed therapy, what it was is I know I needed some form of support that I wasn't currently finding when all of what my dad called anchors of my life were being whoop, 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 whoop. It was like, no, there's something else that's required. And much like water rolling down a mountain or a hill, it's like, okay, stop there, but water's going to find a way.
Yeah.
So where am I going to float? Where's the next space for being able to hold Wyann upright? How does Wyann earn security? Where does she get held up? And then it was like, all right, let's start with this.
Village.
Yo, and all of you. Susie.
Village.
Onet, you.
Yeah.
And Amber.
Yeah.
Rap.
You know what's funny? I thought about this today. When that quote, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go further, go together.
Yep.
I feel like you can go faster and further together.
With the right folks.
With the right folks. Almost like how it's like perfect practice makes perfect. It's like with the right folks, you get both. Yeah.
Practice just makes permanent. Perfect practice makes perfect. Yeah. And that's no.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let me motor mouth myself down so I can make sure we get to do this stuff. I love you so much.
Thank you.
You're my shit forever.
Forever.
Yes.
I love you.
I'm just No, I'm gonna let these charge, and I might have to come back and just have like a Patreon thing. That's why.
I'm down.
That's why I'm like I got 15 more minutes.
We'll come back. Yeah.
No, you definitely. Boy. You know, because I'm sitting here like, nah, that wasn't enough. But
it's like our phone calls. Our phone calls be 4 hours.
Well, we wait till the phone dies. That's because we're smart.
I love that.
Yeah, that's how we know our phone calls are done. The phone dies. Oh. We're idiots, first of all. I just want everybody to know. Wyann's words of wisdom. Oh, it's not true. My bad. Wyann's words of wisdom really quickly, because I purposely made sure that we enveloped some of what I was gonna say in the Wyann's words of wisdom with André, because I wanted to get some of his take on that secure piece, that intimacy piece, and then once you hear Andre's one night EP. An ode to brotherhood, then you'll understand why there's hip hop there, just like there was in the Clipse, and just like there is in the song that I put out. I put out an EP with friends, and it was released today. And the song that I was promoting on it was "Don't Worry," as well as a song with my boy Hayes from the Yarders. Higher, thank you. I couldn't see the name of the song right there, but anyways, in this Wyann's words of wisdom. You can't meet someone where you have yet to meet yourself. And I think this goes back to the depiction of security versus insecurity that we just got done discussing in the Get Raised with André Mego. You have to understand where you want someone to support you, see you, be with you. If they haven't met themselves in that space as well, it's going to be tough to gain their support, to gain their view, to gain their love, simply because they don't know how. They aren't practiced in said space. And this isn't the worst thing in the world necessarily. It's just something to be cognizant of, especially as you continue to do life, looking for higher pay, higher positions, deeper connections, and more fulfilling relationships. When you want to go high or get real deeply fulfilled into something, that's when you're going to notice these conversations pop up. If you're a person who wants to live your life average and you just want a 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with any of this, I'm saying this because you can play life safely. You can never discover, explore, find anything deeper in life than just what the American dream says you're supposed to have. And you will live a very safe and full life, I'm sure, filled with all of the normal things that come along with it. Debt. Why was debt the first thing I said? Debt, kids, marriage, possibly, the other things that life says they're supposed to guarantee you. You might have a pet, you might have a little girlfriend, get a little car, have a little apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you do, you can do it, right? You can do it. It's when you want something with a deeper sense of meaning. It's going to take you discovering more about you to know what success and depth of fulfillment feels like for you, what that sense is like for you. I'm laughing because Drake on the 4th of July, a year after Kendrick puts out the Not Like Us video, puts out a single called What Did I Miss? And the internet had a very fun time with all the things that Drake missed, like the point. But one of the bigger things that the gentleman Aubrey may have missed, quote unquote, is a thing called accountability. It's a thing called reading the room, looking in the mirror, and it's the things that a previous episode could have called corniness. You know what I'm saying? Like, or what could be interpreted as corniness. But let me say it like this on this episode. I put a thread up that got some fun traction and said Drake at this point in the game, much like in the inability of him to have what looks like a relationship, a successful, secure, fulfilling relationship, either with himself or another person, it's now seeping into his music. I think I was responding to someone's thread about, man, it's like everything got mid after, Scorpion and, CLB and Up. It's like everything just went so mid. And it's like he met us as deeply as he met himself. He's met the music as deeply as he's met himself. And that's what he's missing. It's not that you have to get someone to put more money behind you. The machine has to get more powerful behind you. You need to sue this or that person to get that. But boy, it's you, honey. My boy André and I were talking last night, and he gave me that Marianne Williamson quote. It's only ever really one person in the room. You're only really talking to, for, about, with one individual, because only you are in your psyche. Only you are in your body, and only you know your perspective. I know my baby girl, Onette, and my other baby girl, Susie, for going on 13 years. Beautiful. Going on 13 years. And in all those years, much like Andre just spoke about a second ago, I know all of what that almost 13 years looks like, feels like, sounds like. I can tell them about almost 13 years worth of data I've collected on them, just in the small ways that I have. It still doesn't sum up the essence or the wholeness of either of those two women. Only they, if they find themselves interesting enough to study, Only they could know all of the insecurities they might deal with, all of the vulnerabilities they feel too ashamed, scared, heartbroken, grief-stricken to orate outside of themselves. Only they know. Only they know. And everything that they experience in life with me, with others, is going to be a reflection of the work that they either have or have yet to, they have done or have yet to do with themselves. So if it goes that way for my kids, of course it's going to go that same way for the biggest rap star in today's history. Well, not Kendrick, sorry. I meant to say Drake. Yeah, it goes that way for Drake as well. And I just think that security looks like having a sense of self where someone's poured into you early on, a caregiver has poured into you early on and has affirmed you in such a way that supports you knowing you will get through all of life successfully and prayerfully with fulfillment. That's what it looks like. Secure relationship done right should make you a better individual, a better whole being just for you yourself. That's what it should do. Intimacy, that closeness, that friendship, that space between you and another, or you and yourself, you and your divinity, what that ends up being and doing is something that is a mutual sense of trust. It's also I love how as I'm doing this, it's like acting like a whole cornball right now. But it's looking at a mutual sense of trust. There's emotional closeness, deep understanding, accepting, and validation of another that comes with this. It includes emotional, psychological, spiritual, experiential, intellectual considerations. But just know, no one is going to meet you at a level that they have yet to meet themselves. And that's going to be my Wyann's words of wisdom. And before I get up and mother love and go, yeah. Insert the music right there. Boop. Very short today. Pay your dues. I love the do more than you knew. LOVETHEDOUX. My cousin Maya Smith and my other cousin Brian Smith. Brian just had a birthday, by the way. Maya Smith is the founder, master of curl, MC of the beautiful thing called The Dude, THEDOUX.com is where you can find their stuff, or on Instagram at ILOVETHEDOUX. The press play thermal system was used to achieve this pretty little blow dry that I got Kriznacking over here. Talk to her nice if you talk to her, ever and at all. Okay. Made shiny with the dewdrops because that's like my favorite product in that right there. Number 2, the man just scooted over to my living room. He is literally to the right of me alongside Susie. André Mego on Instagram and all platforms as well. The One Night EP, An Ode to Brotherhood, is out on all platforms. Please make sure to buy and stream that music because it's so worthy of your consumption, and you'll understand a whole lot of what we talked about once you listen to the music. Number 3, Haroni.arrangements, HARONI.arrangements. You have to spell arrangements with the R in it, okay? This mother lover right here, she brought me a safari, okay, guys? I got every color I desire. Look how it goes with my nails. Diane from Pristine would be so happy, okay? With my little gold pieces, with my little Kate Spade piece. Okay. Can't nobody hold me down. All right. Yeah. Haroni Arrangements is founded and created by the lady behind that camera right there. Her name is at Onet_Ashe. She also is at Easy Masil. But Haroni.arrangements, well, Love Lounge Live happens on Sunday, and I know this will already be out, But I'm already so excited about the fact that you guys get to see some of her beautiful arrangements in advance. But, you know, it hasn't happened yet. So today's the 11th. It'll be on the 13th that you guys get to take some of her stuff home. But yes, that's always going to be my number 3 right there. Number 4, pay your dues. Pay your dues is a section of the podcast where I highlight businesses and people I think y'all should know because they're pretty lovely. Luv Culture is always my number 4. Also, top of the year, I released my first book ever, my ebook. This is the Wyann's Words of Wisdom. That book is called WWW, which is A Woman Winnin in the West. I love all these wow, wham, wham, wiggity wow. Okay, so yes, I wanted to, you know, in the world and in the spirit of Luv Culture, one of our loves is my auntie Julie McKnight. On Instagram, it's Julie McKnight. She comes from a controversially famous family, unfortunately, but a loving side of the family, the Brooks family. And, you know, from the last time you all saw me on Raise It Up Why to now, I've helped celebrate my cousin Nico in heaven. That's where, if you're on Looking Love, right next to this word love, this little sticker right here that says Nico Forever. That's what that is. Yeah, my baby cousin Nico, we celebrated his life, you know, and his journey was complete. So a really somber 2025, man. It's a tough year, but I just wanted to put NicoForever.com in your ear, because if you wanted to get any of his merch, it's one of the ways that the family is continuing to support his widow and just keep my cousin alive. He always wanted to start his own clothing company and was consumed by cancer before he could do it. So great friends continued his dream for him even in his physical absence. That's secure intimacy right there. And last but never least, at RAISEITUPWY, and all the love say rockets up on these hoes, at Raise It Up Y on all platforms is where you can find us, find this podcast. If you didn't catch anybody else's handle, you can get to that, and you know, we will be able to usher you somewhere. DM us, we DM back. Hello. But I'll say this, Love Lounge Live LA 2025 is in 2 days from the time that I tape this. I might do like a Patreon that kind of like revisits and looks at it in retrospect. And maybe that's where I'll have Andre, because Andre's going to be there on Sunday. So I don't know. I'm excited, guys. I feel really good. We have a studio session tomorrow, so I'm thinking about the fact that all of us kind of have to be up tomorrow, and then we have the Love Lounge on Sunday. So I'm speeding through this episode. We did good. I wanted to slow down where I had Andre, and I sped up throughout the whole rest of the speed demon. I did that on purpose, y'all. Don't think I didn't know. I'm so thankful for each of you that come back to this podcast monthly, each of you that tune in for our live stream weekly on Instagram at Wyanna, WYANNA. Again, all you have to follow is at Raise It Up Y. We kind of tell you where every other love is and what people are doing, from the meditainer to the edutainers, okay? Like, we all got our spaces here. Looking so forward to meeting some new loves on this Sunday. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys, let me let these batteries cool off, and I'm gonna say, stay real, y'all. Boom cat, down, 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 down. Hey, fanny down. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up, I'm a lover. Raise it up, why? Raise it up, not a nigga.
Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up, raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up.